KKT is a testimony to the fact that these conditions can be treated effectively and concisely, precisely, and the body can be restored back to normal.
KKT treatment is a highly sophisticated, non-invasive treatment procedure that utilizes an individual's unique signature sound frequencies to address core spinal distortions and disturbances.
One of the practical sides of looking at the role of the spine, and particularly the central nervous system, in health and disease had to do with when we get a patient and we assess them, then what does that assessment, how does that translate into the functioning of that body? So if I'm doing a muscle test, or if I'm measuring to see that your spine is tilted, or if I'm seeing that you have swelling along certain areas of your spine, what does this all mean? And then, of course, once we determine what it all means, the question that begs an answer is, what can we do about it? KKT has been able to take that role as being not only the participant in determining what is wrong, but also addressing the core dysfunction and malfunctioning of the spine.
A big part of the care I received here, specifically with Dr. Khan, he really takes the time to find out what the underlying causes of your problems are. And one thing I was really surprised to know coming through care and the education you receive here is how many things are related to your spine being out of alignment.
The whole KKT treatment is not only the application of the device, but it's an entire experience. And anytime you treat patients, one has to look at every element of their life.
Prior to initiating treatment, we observed three things. 1, a very visible distortion pattern in the spine. 2, compromised blood flow in the arteries. And 3, compromised nerve function from the body to the brain and back down the body.
When Dr. Jan presented to me, he was in a state where he was simply going to retire. There was no doubt about it, and he had no help in sight. Within a short period of time, Dr. Jan was able to put his life together again.
I did have a great deal of pain, neck pain, which was so bad that basically almost every day I had a migraine with it. And I was thinking of quitting my job because it just interfered so much. The KKT treatment was the only treatment which helped me, it's true.
Upon activation of the KKT device, we begin to notice the gentle repositioning of the vertebrae. We also begin to see restoration of the structure of the back to its normal form, increased blood flow, and functional restoration of the very crucial central nervous system. These same sound waves resonate down the spine, and with close observation, one can see the movement across the middle and lower back and down the hip.
KKT helped me because I'd gotten to a point where I didn't think I could really do anything about the back pain. I thought I had to live with it. It was never crippling. I could always get out of bed. I could always go to work. But it certainly was unpleasant. When I first met Dr. Khan and he started the treatment on me, he told me just by assessing my condition that he could help me and he could provide me with long-term relief. So I was very, very interested. After 4 or 5 weeks, I was able to feel a difference. And not only did I feel better, I also looked straighter.
Muscles, blood vessels, and neural communication is stimulated, initiating the body's self-healing process.
My condition when I first came into the clinic for treatment wasn't back pain or neck pain per se, but I suffered from very frequent headaches. I used to get headaches, I would say, every day from about grade 3. What the KKT treatment did for me was it helped reposition my spine, which increased the blood flow to my brain, which ultimately decreased the amount of headaches that I was suffering from.
I'm convinced that KKT treatment will be accepted worldwide, not just for adults, but for children as well.
All of our clinics around the world participate in research, and for instance, Dr. Omar in the UAE is a leading figure on our research front. We've also got a wonderful group of physicians in Germany and in China who have contributed in many different ways, including a very, very wonderful article on scoliosis, on the curve of the spine, and how children who encounter this debilitating condition can be treated through KKT. Through all the research that we've done, the sham studies, the clinical studies we've done, and all put together, this is in fact proving itself to be the leading and the most contributing treatment when it comes to moving and correcting and restoring the spine towards what is considered normal.